I been fucking up the game on the regular. She ain't fucking with you lames cause you regular. Ain't nothing gonna change but my level. Ooh, ain't nothing changed but my level.
All right, guys, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to Tuesday Tuesday, and we mind business. What's going on? I'm hearing double. Y'all hearing double? Well, it's a little late. I think I shouldn't say it twice. You gotta do a mic check. Check one. Check one. Hold on. Okay, how am I sounding now? I have no idea. It's a little late, but it's still working. So I'm going to keep running through this. First of all, those of you who just joined our show, we are looking for any guests, uh, any guests that have a story, product, or a brand. You can contact us for an interview. Working in the zone today, so it's a little bit different, right? We've been doing in the studio. Please remember our disclaimer. So the views and the opinions expressed in this podcast here at the comfort level, including those of our guests and viewers' comments, they are solely those of the individuals involved, and they do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast creators. Podcast creator make no representations as to the accuracy or completeness of any information on this podcast or found by following any link that I mentioned. We try to gather our information from experts. Any reliance you place on such information is strictly at your own risk. The podcast is for entertainment and informational purposes only, for awareness, and should not be construed as professional advice. We're using a podcast to better ourselves and be aware. Always seek the advice of a qualified professional for any concerns that you may have or any problems that you may have. Your comments are deemed as our permission to publish your name on social media networks. Oh my God, y'all. So it's a lot of things going on in the news, and we're just here today. I'm not going to keep y'all long, but I'm minding other people's business. You know what I mean? This is what Tuesdays are about. You know what I mean? So we're gonna jump right in, like we do, because everybody knows that in the news, everybody's talking about Trump, who's for Trump, who's not for Trump, or who you gonna vote. So it's always talking. So just so you know what's going on today, what they're talking about Trump, he's always in the news every minute. The judge threatened Trump with jail if he keeps violating the gag order. He's been hit with fines and whatever. So, eh, he's presiding over Donald Trump's hush money trial, and he's threatening him with jail time if Trump continues to violate a gag order. After he hit him with a $9,000 fine for 9 separate violations. So, you know, moments before a second week of witness testimony began last Tuesday, this New York Justice, Juan Merchant, he issued a brief order from the bench finding the former president in contempt of court. And he ordered the president, he ordered him $1,000 in fines for 9 offending Truth Social posts where he attacked witnesses in the case. So the written order was the judge had warned Trump that he could face an incarceratory punishment if he continues his willful violations of the court order, if necessary and under appropriate circumstances. And he also suggested that Trump could face more severe sanctions if the financial penalties aren't enough to stop him. So that $1,000 may, suffice in most instances to protect the dignity of the judicial system to compel, the respect of mandate and just to punish the offender for disobeying a court order. But unfortunately, it's not going to achieve, their desired result, or all our desired result for Trump to be quiet, in the instance and not bribing or threatening. I wouldn't say threatening witnesses, So it's just, you know, he doesn't have to be in contempt. It would be preferable if the court could impose a fine, you know, that's, more close to his wealth. You know, it has to, uh, just fit the wealth of the contemptor. I don't know. But, and then there's also another $2,500 fine that might be a fine. He might get as well because the court says it's not clicked with. It's different discretions that they have to use during fine. But in some instances, jail could be a necessary punishment. So he was ordered to delete the True Social post by Tuesday afternoon and pay the fine by Friday. And roughly 30 minutes remaining before his 2:15 deadline to remove them, that's when he took it down. That's when he took it down. All right. Anybody got any comments? I do. Trump is a trip. Y'all keep believing the man. You know what I mean? Just like any other politician, I'm gonna put it that way. He's one of the top dogs out there. Those Manhattan prosecutors are still accusing him of breaching the trial, the gag order, for at least 10 different posts on his Truth Social platform. He has a platform on his campaign website. So, and those posts include, targeting the key witnesses, Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels. So, if you keep up with his campaigns, then you know what I mean. It was Trump's former attorney who called this, Miss Daniels was an adult film star, and they're both expected to testify about Trump's alleged plot of falsified business records to hide hush money payments to Miss Daniels ahead uh, 2016 election. The payments were allegedly made to silence Miss Daniels. Back in it was over alleged affair that she had with Donald Trump back in 2006. So they're saying that the prosecutors allege that the payments were part of a month-long scheme to bury political compromise stories um, of his alleged affair to boost his chances of winning the 2016 presidential election. So, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that you can think about. So before that trial started, and ever since it got underway, Trump has lashed out at people involved in the case, including the witnesses, the court staff, and the judge, and the Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. And after he attacked them, the judge expanded the order. Last week, the judge had a hearing to hear the arguments from both sides after the prosecution alleged that Trump had broken the gag order 10 times. 10 times. They got shit on him, y'all. They got shit on him. We gonna leave it at that. They got shit on him. Think about it. Yeah. Think about if you're gonna vote for her. Think about that. Yeah. Think about it. New York City to hand out subway flyers to deter migrant children from selling candy. They're going to be beginning to distributing flyers to discourage migrant families from allowing their children to sell candy on the streets and in the subway, targeting one of the most visible symbols of the ongoing migrant influx that have drawn concerns about migrant children's welfare. And this is according to Mayor Eric Adams' office. The City Department of Homeless Services and the NYPD, the MTA, and homeless outreach contractors will hand out palm cards stating that unlicensed selling is illegal and can result in fines. Um, and, and post flyers inside shelters that house migrant families so they know. That's what the mayor said. So at his handout, It also provides contact information about access to school, child care, and the rights of the workers and the immigrants. So they're saying that it's a preventative strategy, from the Health and Human Services. Miss Ann Wham Isom, she said that the information would be given to migrant families when they enter the shelter system as a part of their intake process. The sight of hungry children selling food and candy in some cases seemingly unaccompanied by an adult has persisted for many months with little to no intervention from these city agencies. Migrant children who sell candy have said they are helping their families earn money to buy basic necessities such as diapers for their younger siblings. The administration officials argue that the issue reflects differences in cultural practices and it underscores the need for federal work permits, allowing migrant adults to work legally and better provide for their families. They don't want nobody getting no money that they ain't taxed. You know what I mean? Them kids, you know. This kid's out here with lemonade stands and everything and stuff like that. It's actually this. I've seen kids. I see what they do. Different strokes, different folks. Unlicensed vending on the subway and streets does violate several rules and laws, including state restrictions on when minors can work and what kind of jobs they can do. State laws also require all children between the ages of 6 and 16 to be enrolled in school. The city established a task force earlier this year to address the issue of children migrants selling food instead of going to school. Now that's one thing. Now that's very different. If they're out here hustling, selling food and items, now that's crazy. Because they're not getting education, and I can see where they're coming from. That's my two cents. So the administration said they don't want to take a enforcement approach. So they said the migrants may not realize that their children are breaking the law. And I don't think they do. But the flyers and the palm cards will be translated into 10 languages and, you know, and a couple more languages so that they know. But homeless and immigration advocates expressed skepticism about the outreach plan, saying that the policy of forcing migrant families to leave or reapply for shelter after 60 days has made it harder for them to find work and keep children in school. Now I can see that. See that because you have to have an address. You know what I mean? If you're out every 60 days, you may not even find another spot in that same district. This is crazy. This is the things that we're not aware of and the things that we don't look at. You know what I mean? I mean, put your 2 cents in. Put your 2 cents in. Call line is not available today. I want to apologize for that. Left that phone at the office. The phone is at the office, and I am not. All right. So I'm booked and busy. I'm here on this line to do the podcast right now. Get it in hook or crook. No matter what, I have to be here. panel myself. All right. So New York City is trying to take care of the migrants. That there's a lot of students that have left the city school system um, when that 60-day policy began for the migrant families. And it's unclear how many of those children were migrants and whether they had some help or had relocated to other cities. That usually means somebody's coming. Yeah, I don't know. Some people say it means you're gonna get in a fight, but I'm not fighting nobody. We're not fighting. Thank you for watching the podcast. You guys here. We're live now on 8 different platforms. I think. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. Yeah. So, and thank you to your Instagram people out there. Let me switch over here for a second, take a look and see who's here. Irish and Flames, what's up over on the Ram side? All right. And some more out here. Give me a comment. Give me a shout out. Guys, if you want to be on the show, just let me know. Contact us. We can set up your interview. All right, let's get to this. You guys, how this owner wakes up their cat to let her know she's home. Had people in tears. Tears, yes. It just was a tender moment caught on video from this pet owner. She owned a cat in from Australia. Um, it got over 643,000 views on TikTok. Most of it's on TikTok. So this chick Layla was 28 years old. If you want to see it, you could go to her TikTok at Layla uh, Layla CU9. Okay, so this is she can be seen approaching her sleeping cat and raising her finger near her nose, thus allowing the cat to recognize her presence through scent. And the caption was letting Kitty know that me and the kids are back home. Oh, it featured Layla stroking her cat as she responded with legs and nuzzles. And she got a lot of views on that. And don't you think that's cute? It's an interaction, from the people. It was a heartwarming post and it rapid gained traction. It was up there for like 6,000, you know, and she has to communicate with her deaf cat, and it highlights a thoughtful, affectionate approach, to a pet care for animals with disabilities. So that's important too. We some of us have animals with disabilities. You know what I mean? So you never think of it. Layla said, Kitty is deaf, so I use my finger near her nose so she smells my scent, is back home and near. I- That's right. And so I'm gonna keep y'all on these cats for a minute. I know, I know. I be teasing Lassiter about his cat. He got a cat. And I be teasing him about the cat. But this thoughtful cat, you ain't gonna believe this. This thoughtful cat brings our human friend flowers every day. Yeah, I said brings. At first, the woman didn't know where the flowers was coming from, as they mysteriously um was being placed outside her house. Yeah. One day she heard flowers. She heard one of the neighbor's stray cats meowing outside her window, and she opened the window, and the cat climbed in with a flower in its mouth. That wasn't even her cat. Yeah. So that special cat continues to bring her flowers every day and gave birth to a litter of kitten shortly after the woman took the cat into her home. It was a stray. What y'all think about that? That's crazy. That's crazy, and that's great. I love that. And y'all know ain't no cat bringing you flowers. We can't even get our loved ones to bring us some flowers. Uh, that's interesting, right? We dug deep for that one. Them cat stories. Them cat stories. Yeah. I can't strike the viewers. Okay. I can't strike the viewers. Nobody's saying nothing. No comments. Okay. I can't strike the viewers' fancies. I don't know. We'll know. U.S. regulators might change how they classify marijuana. What would that mean? Yeah, 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 yeah. First of all, no. What has that actually changed? What happens when they do it? Listen, the Federal and Human Services Department recommended taking marijuana out of a category of drugs deemed to have no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. They advised moving pot from that Schedule 1 group to a less tightly regulated Schedule 3. What does it mean? You ask. Glad you ask. Technically nothing yet. It doesn't mean anything. Any decision on reclassifying or rescheduling in government lingo is up to the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, which says it will take up the issue. So the review process is very lengthy, and it involves taking public comment. Still, the HHS recommendation is, you know, it's shifting and it's very exciting. You know, it never know. It's a lot of blogs about it and whatnot, but they can't. I can't emphasize that it's big news. It's big news because a lot of people smoke. A lot of people believe in medicinal. The doctors are recommending, but it came after President Joe Biden asked the HHS and the Attorney General, who oversees the DEA, last year to review how marijuana was classified. Schedule 1 put it on par legally with heroin, LSD, Quaaludes, ecstasy, among other drugs. Biden's a Democrat and he does support legalizing medical marijuana for use where appropriate, consistent with medical and scientific evidence. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said Thursday that is why it is important for this independent review to go through. So, if marijuana gets reclassified, would it legalize recreational pot nationwide? No. Nope. Schedule 3 drugs, they include ketamine, anabolic steroids, and some acetaminophen codeine combinations. They're still the controlled substance, you know? It's still a controlled substance. So they're subject to various rules that allow different medical uses, and for federal criminal prosecution of anyone who traffics in the drug without, you know, who's selling the drug, the weed, they call it a drug, without permission, selling it under the marijuana's current Schedule 1 status. Federal prosecutions for simply possessing it are few. There were 145 federal sentences in fiscal year 2021 for that crime. And as of 2022, there is no defendants in prison for it since 2022. I don't know. So it's unlikely that the medical marijuana programs now that is licensed in 38 states, to say nothing of its legal recreational pot markets in 23 states, will meet the production record keeping, prescribing, and other requirements for Schedule 3 drugs. But rescheduling it itself would have some impact, particularly on research and on pot business taxes. What it would mean for research is, because it's Schedule 1, it's been very difficult to conduct an authorized clinical study. They don't that involves, smoking it actually or put it administering the drug. So, it's something like a catch-22. They can't say that it's gonna harm you because they're not allowing to see the effects of it. It calls for more research, but it's a lot of barriers to do it. And the scientists, they sometimes rely on people's reports of their marijuana use. But some of us got bigger heads than others. Some of us smoke more than others. Some use it for different conditions, all in how you use it. But Schedule 3 drugs will be easier to study. So, that's why the 2022 federal law aimed to ease marijuana research. And the taxes and the banking There'll be a federal tax code, business involved in trafficking, the marijuana, and then the other Schedule 1 or you can't deduct rent, payroll, or various other expenses like you do with other business write-offs. That it's just at least some cannabis business are state licensed. The ones they do pay tax to the federal government, despite um, you know, like the prohibition on marijuana. I don't know. The industry groups say the tax rate often ends up at like a 70% or more. Guys, 2 cents on that. Nobody got 2 cents on that. They want to continue to get out the street, but it's making it hard for the streets. That's what I would think. I would think they're making it hard for the streets, man. Yeah. But they're not really I know some people that do use dispensaries and stuff like that, or I don't know, every little smoke shop has something in there, you know what I mean? I go in there and I look at stuff and I'm like, is this CBD or what? Like, old school. But guys, if you can crack it down, stick what you got. But whatever, they're spending money on it. People spending money. That's right. Definitely. Check your wallet. Check your wallet, man. There's some rare $1 bills that can be worth up to $150. That's right, rare. So you better think twice before you spend them dollar bills in your wallet. You got the $2 bills, you could be in for a big, big surprise. That's right. The currency collectors in the United States are willing to pay up to $150,000 for rare $1 bills that feature a particular printing error, according to the nickel. Yeah, yeah, it's a printing error on the bill. Yeah, you got a good chance. Guess what? There are 6.4 million pairs of $1 bills. I said pairs, so that means of $1 bills with matched serial number, and only 9 pairs have been matched to date. So and we have to check every bill that we have. Oh my goodness. Only 9 batches of dollar bills that was printed in 2014 and 2016 slipped into circulation after misprint by the U.S. Bureau of Engraving and Printing. It went overlooked. They overlooked it. So they got double serial numbers. It was a miscommunication that resulted in dollars printed with duplicate serial numbers. Technically, that's counterfeit. Yes, it's technically that's counterfeit. Oh, wow. Typically, every bill in circulation has a unique serial number to identify it. Now, neither misprint was caught, okay? They didn't catch it, and now currency collectors are clamoring to find these matching pairs of dollar bills with the duplicate serial numbers. Yeah. I wonder what happens if I have one and you got one. How we gonna do that? So I know everybody wants to know. I ain't telling you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. How do you identify these dollar bills worth up to $150,000? There are three things that you can look for. Uh-oh. Oh, I done, I done clicked on something like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. This is what you look for. This series dates located near the photograph of George Washington must read series 2013. Not you, Siri.
Set your alarm for 8:30. Good evening.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Yes. And the bill must have a big Federal Reserve seal above the serial number. So this is what we're looking for, first and foremost. George Washington's picture, which is on every $1 bill. It must say Series 2013. And there's a letter B seal directly above that serial number. The serial number must end with a star. There is a star at the end of the serial number, and they must fall between B 0000001, B 002500000 star, or B 032000001 star, or B. At the fall between these numbers to B 9600000 star. Okay, and you can also look that be able to look them up on the website. So the true value in owning a printed bill is pairing to a second bill with the matching serial number. I kind of knew that. The wealthy nickel noted that there have been 37 complete pairs identified so far. 37 pairs. And they also pointed out that the serial numbers can be entered into, listen to this, Project 2013 Bs. Okay, that's what we're looking for, the 2013 Bs. Project 2013 Bs. You can enter your serial number into Project 2013 B's database of over 36,000 serial numbers. Matched and graded pairs of misspelled bills can fetch anywhere from $20,000 to $150,000 that these experts have estimated. Come on. I'm checking every $1 bill that I ever get. I'm not missing out on this ride. They got to come around. Do y'all know how much money travels like that? Y'all come on. We got to check everything. If I see that, I might even have a heart attack. Ooh. I got a couple more stories for y'all guys, and we're gonna leave y'all out. We're gonna power today. I know people is busy getting home from work, cooking dinner for their husbands and kids and stuff like that. But oh, okay. All right. Ching ching. That's good. Alright, so let's see. I was gonna say this story right here is a little creepy. A wildlife photographer wakes up from a nap under a tree with a sleeping cheetah against him. Oh my god. How you gonna do that? So he's a photographer. Imagine if you dozed off under a shade tree after a taxing day out in the sun, only to wake up to a gentle nudge of a wild cheetah at that snuggling against you, lay down with you. It's a real story, guys. It is not a fable. It's not a fire story. It's what happened to this wildlife photographer, Dolph Volker. He's an animal enthusiast, and this was during one of his volunteering stints at Cheetah Experience, which is a sanctuary for endangered species in South Africa. And they really called that volunteering with a purpose. Wow. You know what I mean? He his journey, Dolph's journey with animals began much like anyone things for pets. After the loss of his dog, he found a renewed mission in life, advocating for animal rights and raising awareness about endangered species. So his commitment led him to Cheetah Experience, where lions, leopards, and seals, I mean, well, servals, and of course cheetahs find refuge from the threats that they face in the wild. So this was the day, and Dolph he wanted, a brief escape. It was sunny, and he wanted to, get out of the sun. So he found the solace under a tree, not knowing that he would soon share that makeshift bed with a curious cheetah named Eden. So as he slept, Eden approached him. I guess she was intrigued by his presence and decided to settle next to him for a nap. The slight nudges from Eden eventually woke Dolph up, who was stunned but delighted by the trust and affection shown by the, majestic creature. That was nice. And he also captured the moment with his camera. He had his camera by his side. He didn't want to miss the opportunity to document that. So the photos and videos, they captured everything. The unexpected gentleness of Eden nuzzling against them, playfully biting him, and even licking him. Those tender interactions have not only strengthened his bond with the cheetahs he works to protect, but also gave him a beacon of hope for animal conservationists worldwide. I think it was great. I think it was really great. I think it was really great. He don't have fear. He's a he's a ambassador now for cheetahs. He uses that platform. His platform is in the YouTube channel. He shares his insights into the behavior of these fascinating felines. His stories and visuals help educate people about the plight of cheetahs, which are among the most threatened felines in Africa due to poaching and habitat loss. It's a beautifully illustrated experience, and uh, it's surprising in ways in which wildlife can interact with humans when given respect and space. For Dolph, it's a reminder of why he dedicates his life to the creatures and to ensure that future generations will not only know of him through photos and videos, but will be able to experience their grace in the wild. It's the beauty and the urgency of wildlife conservation. I know y'all been waiting for it. I know y'all been waiting for it. Y'all been waiting for me to put my 2 cents into this downfall of Diddy, the former downfall of Diddy. Y'all have well, this is we got some and I'm gonna quote this from Whitney Danhauer here. Why you entertainment. Sean Diddy Combs, his former bodyguard Gene Deal, has spoken out about Combs' current legal work in the new documentary, The Downfall. So he claims that it's not just people in the music industry who are nervous about being seen on videotapes confiscated from these mansions. He said, I don't think it's just celebrities that are going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He had a couple preachers in there. The downfall of Diddy also featured TMZ executive producer Charles, how you say that? Nada Badir, who said that Combs was allegedly obsessed with recording everything that went on in his home. Mark Curry, the former Bad Boy Records artist, added, if they had 250 cameras they took out of his house, they had a whole bunch of images of things that were going on around his house. A lot of people might be running from that tape. So the downfall of Diddy premiered yesterday, and it takes an inside look at several of the allegations against the Big Boy Records founder. Formerly, Lady King, singer Aubrey O'Day was featured throughout the hour-long documentary as she claimed she had knowledge of Combs' wrongdoings. I knew all of that was going on. That's what O'Day said. She knew the whole time. Harvey Levin, who also works as one of TMZ's executive producer. Why did it take so long for others to speak out? Because you really were the lone voice. I was literally text messaging producers, employers from top to bottom levels like, y'all know what the fuck y'all saw? People were scared. If you know enough, you likely would be reasonable in being scared. O'Day replied. So O'Day is speaking. It was Diddy's former bodyguard. When Harvey Levin asked O'Day what these people allegedly feared, I mean, no, well, O'Day, she wasn't the bodyguard. I'm sorry, she's that female that says she knows everything. This is what she said. anything you possibly could, Harvey, a flat tire, being murdered. I don't know. There's a lot of things people fear. Well, what kind of shit is that to say? Combs' attorneys have continued to maintain his innocence since claims of sexual crimes began surfacing in November 2023. After the Mo problems started raided by Homeland Security March 25th, Combs' lawyer, Aaron Dyer, released a statement condemning the use of force authorities while continuing to insist that Combs is innocent. Yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residence. Dyer's statement began. There's no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way the children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained, but spoke to and cooperated with authorities. And the statement continued, despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced or coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There's been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? In the comments, we got to go to the comments. We got to go to the comments. The comments say if these allegations were very powerful, folks being involved in all kinds of illegal activities are true. I doubt the full truth will come out. Just like Epstein, they'll whitewash it all to protect the powerful people involved. The reason he and his member, Robert says, the reason he and members of his family have not been arrested is twofold and serving both sides. One, other powerful people are involved in trying to figure out how to suppress evidence and keep their name out, while at the same time, two, they have the evidence on him that are watching him and making sure they have all parties involved so he can't try to get a plea deal by turning in others because they already have them as well. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think that people don't just it's not like they say the tapes will never see the daylight. I I I just think, you know, he has to be held at the same legal standard that everybody is, um, the politicians, anybody that was there is going to be held at the same legal standard. You can't be sheltered because of their money. Not happening. So we'll see. I'm not going to say the man is guilty or whatever, but I mean, we was taught that, if a lot of things keep happening, your name is always in it, then you probably it's probably you. Yeah, it's probably you. It's probably you. It's probably you. It's probably you. All right, so we're gonna rock out of here. I'm glad you guys came and tuned in with me. Uh, thanks for putting in your 2 cents and helping me to learn other people's business. And we'll see you on Thursday.